Welcome to week 3 of Education 484. This is a class about language acquisition and how it's going to apply to you as future teachers. So for the first week, we talked about emergent bilingual students. And second week, we talked about myths about language learning. And then this third week, we're going to be talking about factors that influence language learning. This will be covering Chapter 3 in How Languages Are Learned by Lightbound and Spada, and also pages 35 to 37 in Chapter 2 of the same book. So the homework or the work for this module is divided into several sections. The first one is a content section, and the second one is an application section. And then the final part of it is the authentic questions that you guys do in sort of a form and respond to each other. In the first content section, there are two different activities. The first activity is to read Chapter 3 in Lightbound and Spada and respond to a question with some quotes from your reading. Now this question is, maybe I just want to make sure that I say it correctly, maybe a little complicated. So what is the difference in the language learning processes of two different groups? I want you to compare and contrast the processes for these two different groups. Where are they similar? Where are they different? The first group would be a person who is affluent, part of the major culture, the dominant culture in the country, part of the dominant language. Also, this person has selected a foreign language to learn. And the second group is a minority group, financially insecure. They are learning at home they don't have the dominant culture, they don't have the dominant language, they have a minority language and a minority culture in the particular context where they're learning. And then they are learning the dominant culture. So what you would do is you're going to compare and contrast the first person's learning experience to the second person's learning experience and bring in some quotations from the reading. Just to give a quick application to what it might look like. Let's say, for example, there was a French woman, and she has decided she's fairly wealthy. She lives in France, and she has decided she wants to learn Italian. What is her language learning experience? How does it differ, and how is it similar to, say, there's an immigrant from Iran, and this immigrant from Iran lives now in France and has recently immigrated. At home, they still speak Farsi and they still have Iranian culture, but they are aware that they need to learn French, and so that is the foreign language that they're learning. So take a look. How does the French woman's experience of learning Italian differ from the Iranian person's experience of learning French? How is that going to be different in terms of language learning? How do those socioeconomic, geographic sort of influences change the process of their language learning? So that is question number 1 in the content section. Question number 2 is a double entry journal that addresses 5 different quotes that you pull out of the reading of Chapter 3 or Chapter 2, the pages 35 to 37. You're going to pull 5 quotes, and then you put the quote on the left-hand side of the double entry journal, and on the right-hand side you will put your response to that quote. Your response might be a question to the author. It might be an extrapolation. It might be an example when you saw something like that in your teaching or in the classroom. Whatever your response is going to be, it's just pull a quote that is relevant or interesting or that you're responding to. And I want 5 quotes for that double entry journal. And then moving on to the application section, there's 2 activities. For activity 1, you will watch a video and you will take notes on that video. You should watch the video more than once because you're going to have to really watch closely for the language that the students in the video are creating. And then you'll summarize your notes into a narrative paragraph of what you saw. And what you're looking for is very specific information about the way they're using English and what it tells you about where they're at in their process and where they're progressing and what they've learned and what they haven't learned. And then activity number 2 for the application section is to create a tool to help you to learn more about your students. So we've discussed that it's important to learn and understand and know who your students are. So that's fairly well understood. However, how to do that is a question that is lingering out there at this point. So you have an option to just make a 20 question online or written survey or questionnaire about the students and create and put whatever questions that you want to in there. Or you can come up with a different idea, something perhaps a little bit more out of the box, a little bit more creative, something along the lines of perhaps a video or perhaps an interview, but come up with your own idea. And it's just meant to help you understand and know who those students are a little bit better. And I'm hoping to see some wonderful responses to this one. You guys have been great and super helpful with regards to asking questions and clarifying and good activity in the authentic questions area. I'd just encourage you to do that. I've got some plans up there for week 3 and also some details about due dates. The due dates are going to be consistently Friday by 11:55 p.m. and that is for your initial authentic question response, and then all of the other work is going to be due on Sunday by 11:55 p.m. So if there was anything communicated earlier, week 1 and 2, I was just getting the lay of the land. I think we all were with the online format a little bit. From week 3 forward, it's Friday and Sunday. So, and I've been wanting to set that, but I have just kind of said now week 3 for all the rest of the class, Friday and Sunday, and I put that in the announcement section. Okay. I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. You will be doing working class on Thursday that you will be handing in. So I hope you have a great week and don't hesitate to contact me with your questions. Thank you.